for those who still know how to get excited, Moto Guzzi dedicates MGX21, the seductive and unconventional cruiser from Manila. The technological banner of Moto Guzzi motorcycles boasts a superior equipment package, luxurious trimmings and a futuristic and brave design that remains etched on your heart. The MGX21 is the most unconventional, rich and technological of the 1400cc Grand Cruisers built at Modelo del Lario. It is the distinguished representative of a line begun in 1921, when Moto Guzzi started building unique motorcycles, strictly assembled by hand, as unique collector's items. Moto Guzzi is one of the greatest brands in the motorcycling world, and in almost a century of history has produced motorcycles that are often ahead of their time, forging new ways forward subsequently adopted by everyone. From the racing track to the streets of the world, the company has not compromised its Italian soul. Backed by universally recognized values, Moto Guzzi can now express the influences and stimuli of motorcycle culture in an increasingly personal and exclusive style. The MGX21 is the latest example of Moto Guzzi's originality and courage, a traditional part of its heritage. The MGX21 is dedicated to lovers of exclusive motorcycles, to people who know how to get excited, even before they embark on a journey, simply by giving themselves over to the majesty that this prestigious Italian bike emanates, even from a standstill. The MGX21 seems to invite you to fasten your helmet and set off, heading wherever the map takes you. This Moto Guzzi offers a different and unique way of looking at a bike trip. It is not just the body that is transported, but it is the rider's soul that is involved in a beautiful and emotional experience. It is the sensation of perfect harmony with a muscular-looking motorcycle. It is the purest essence of the voyage itself, made up of adventure, freedom, and discovery. The internal tremor and vibrations felt, even before you climb on board, multiply when the 90 degrees V-twin engine starts up. From the banks of the Lario to the borders of the world, your journey moves to the rhythm of the strokes of the huge pistons of the Moto Guzzi Big Block. Miguel Galati, who heads the PADC, Piaggio Advanced Design Center, in Pasadena, California, describes the genesis of this spectacular Moto Guzzi. How do we imagine crossing an entire continent on a Moto Guzzi? This is the first question we asked, and the immediate response was, on board a California 1400, a recently renewed classic. But we wanted to push beyond our thoughts and our dreams, to take a leap into the future. We dared imagine a different way of travel, cooler, as the Americans would say. And we imagined that Moto Guzzi would design and build its own wagon. How could that be? How could a project like this steep itself in Italian design? So my thoughts turned to masters and masterpieces of our design. I think of Berto and his extraordinary Alfa Romeo bag machines from the 50s, when these mad Italians interpreted the American taste for extreme shapes and translated the wildest dreams into precious metal, masterfully combining Italian creativity with American pragmatism. And of course we thought about infinite spaces, with straight roads heading to distant horizons, to speed records snatched on the expanses of salt lakes, to traveling aimlessly and freely. In this way a blurred image started to take on a definite shape, and so the MGX21 was born. MGX21 is an amazing motorcycle that opens a new way to touring with its strikingly modern look and pleasant riding experience that is typical of Moto Guzzi. Aerodynamic harmony comes from the batwing fairing that wraps around the handlebars, and is topped by sporty plexiglass double screen. The comfortable and spacious main seat has an ergonomic design that ensures maximum comfort for riders of different statures. The side bags have a significant cargo capacity, are dedicated inner bag, and are perfectly integrated with the lines of the motorcycle, while not compromising its style. The Ford's aluminum wide handlebar is designed to provide a commanding riding position. The powerful 1400cc motor's power and torque ensures maximum performance. To make every trip memorable, the electronics such as the dedicated infotainment system, cruise control, absent traction control and engine maps make the trip the best part of the journey. The Cruiser stands out for its design, build quality and attention to detail. The immediately obvious aspect of its appearance is also wholly exceptional. The technical and stylistic features of the prototype, which had surprised everyone at its first presentation, have been kept totally intact. This is not a marginal detail, given that very important changes are usually made between a prototype version of motorcycle and the final production model. Indeed, in the case of the MGX21 a considerable detail has been added. MGX21 has become a large touring bike, with a pair of rigid side panniers that in no way distort that purity of design the prototype boasted, integrating harmoniously in the style of the back end. The 58-liter carrying capacity and the presence of convenient removable internal bags guarantee space and practicality for world travelers. The external pannier covers are in carbon. The deep reflections that come from the fiber are combined with total black graphics that make the MGX21 the darkest and most attractive bike from Mandela. This is the bike dedicated to those who appreciate fine aesthetics, the stimulating touch of the surfaces when they are caressed, and the alternating volumes and textures that delicately explore the sensibility of a design rich in content. The design of the MGX21 leaves little room for indifference, and, like all Moto Guzzis, begins by showing of the engineering of the big 90 degrees transverse V-twin engine with two large cylinders that seem to literally explode out of the petrol tank, helping to make the side view considerably lower and streamlined. The red paint of the aluminium head covers emphasizes the power this engine is capable of expressing, even in its aesthetics. Low in the back and raised at the front, MGX21 tells you from the first glance that it is capable of eating up the miles smoothly. It's certainly no wallflower, but rather seeks to attract people's attention with its original shape and the mysterious nocturnal appearance created by the Piaggio Advanced Design Center, designers in California who conceived its look. Particular attention was given to the study and definition of the batwing design, the large top fairing that makes an essential contribution to the bike's futuristic look. Form and function once again come together in perfect balance. The careful fluid dynamics analysis with CFD, computational fluid dynamics, simulations and the numerous test sessions of the wind tunnel have led to achieving optimum air protection capacity, a quality that a bike destined for long trips must possess. The shapes of the back also stem from the same studies and they are enhanced by carbon profiles and the dual series of built-in LED lights. To celebrate such a personal, powerful, and brave style, Moto Guzzi gave the MGX21 the evocative sobriquet of Flying Fortress. The Flying Fortress also stands out for meticulous and obsessive attention to detail. The spectacular headlight cluster uses LED DRL lighting technology, whereas the electrical controls on the handlebar are finished with metal shells. While respecting the solid century-old tradition, the MGX21 reaches out to the future, employing materials typically used in the most advanced sports motorcycles. In fact, numerous parts are made of precious carbon, such as the front mudguard, the fuel tank panels, the side pannier covers and the engine cover. The MGX21 shows off a large 21 alloy front wheel, now protected by lenticular carbon covers with small openings, where the spokes intersect with the channel. This stylistic choice also brings the technical advantage of increased stability and ease of handling due to the passage of air from one side of the hunt to the other, while the bike is in motion.